Good evening, everyone. This is the fourth and final group stage game for these teams in the NBA Cup. It should be a great one. Alongside Greg Anthony, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And tonight, we'll be joined by the man with his... Well, we know it's been tough to win in Detroit for the Pistons. They've changed coaches again. Just 2 playoff appearances, Shams, in the last 15 years for this very proud and historic franchise. But there is, I feel, as you look at that franchise, hope. Do you see it as well?
No question, and it really starts with Cade Cunningham. I'm told the Pistons organization has all the confidence in the world in Cunningham. The first pick in the draft in 2021, he averaged 23 points, 8 assists per game, 6'6" point guard. Cunningham is someone the Pistons brass is very confident can be a franchise player, and he is their cornerstone moving forward.
He is a good starting point, I would agree. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Beasley is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Kuzma in its small forward. Well, for Detroit, their last game a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. And it's sent back by Lopez. Antetokounmpo dishes to Beasley. Kicks it out to Lillard. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Back to Beasley. Pass to Antetokounmpo. From deep. They get it back. Lopez passes to Kuzma. Kicks it out to Beasley. From deep. Antetokounmpo. Rebound by the Pistons. They lost the last time they faced the Bucks. That one in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, taking care of the ball has to be their number one priority. But they also have to stay aggressive. You have to strike a good balance.
It's good from long range. And things can get so intense when NBA rumors start flying, Shams. You know that. The teams are just kind of holding on sometimes for dear life. What is it like when you break a major NBA story, like you've done numerous times?
It's like when your heart skips a beat, Kevin. It's like when you feel like you are in such a rush and there's a surge of excitement that hits every particle of your body. Every profession obviously has a big payoff, but everything happens so fast. But when it happens, it makes all the hard work worth it, but it certainly brings a great feeling, and I definitely get goosebumps to this day.
You get goosebumps, but the hard work you put in to get that story, I know what you guys go through. It is amazing the hours you spend on it.
365, 24/7.
Wow. Here's Ivy. Pass to Holland. The trade. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the layup falls. Antetokounmpo's got his second basket of the night. Shams, with as often as you've interacted with front offices all over the NBA, have you noticed any changes with how franchises operate with both the players and the media and that relationship and where it may be headed?
Everything has to be more specialized now in the organizations, but you're seeing true partnerships develop with teams and their players, especially their top players. The teams have to pay more attention now to data, to metrics than ever before. And the relationship between your top players in the organization, that is very, very important. And the teams that do a good job of managing relationships, of managing expectations, that is clearly what separates the elite teams with the bottom teams. And certainly players in today's generation are very, very polished when it comes to the media.
Oh, you framed that so well. The Bucks have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Schroeder against Porter. Right wing, and stolen by Ivy. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, here's Holland. Off target with his 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Green. Prince kicks to Portis. Here's Porter. Rebounded by Hardaway.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert. very often.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
His first make, and, maybe that will get him going.
And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Bucks, trailing by 2. Outside Portis launches from deep. Rebound Detroit, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Well, what did them in was all the missed free throws. It could have been a much different outcome.
Yeah, and it can be deflating when you leave all those points at the line. But it generally is a make or miss lead.
Here's Sims. And again, the Bucks miss. Detroit's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by.
Well, as a lob partner, Duren's exactly what you want. He really goes and gets it.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Reedy's checked in for Jalen Duren. Asar Thompson comes in for Holland. Trent's checked in for Ivy. And Marcus Sasser subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. Rollins comes in for Prince. Outside Hardaway. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Official. On the call with the foul. It's on Bobby Portis.
And you can see the competitiveness in Hardaway Jr.
The Pistons shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Here's Giannis. No good, unable to end this run. Hardaway with it. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And so it's Detroit in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnovers.
Hardaway is out there with Thompson. Then it's Gary Trent. Then there's Marcus Sasser. And it's Fontecchio in at the 5 spot. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. Shams, we know you grew up in Chicago. I'm assuming you grew up a Bulls fan. Who didn't? And you had to have a favorite player growing up with those terrific teams.
I was a big-time fan of hoops in general. Definitely someone for me was Kobe Bryant. That someone wasn't a Bulls player. We almost got him one year, but that was someone I grew up watching. Kevin, did you have a favorite team or player growing up?
Well, I love Kobe. I called every season of LeBron and every season of Kobe Bryant, and Bryant actually did stuff for 2K, as you know, not too long ago, before his passing. He sat down for a couple hours, but I hate to rank them because Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron are all right there at the very, very top. Hard to beat Jordan, right?
Very hard to beat Jordan. Obviously, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Kobe, for me, watching growing up, that was the closest thing that I had.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to. Just making it clockwork. Them continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else on the court. Kevin?
Well, David, with those two guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report. Pistons leading by 6. Hey, Shams, no one is keyed on the league like you. Is there an under-the-radar trend that you're seeing around the NBA, or the next thing that you're anticipating may happen with the way the league will sway one way or the other?
Talking to executives around the league, it's clear that length has been very important, but having players that do multiple things and are versatile, that is of the utmost importance right now. We saw what happened with the Celtics winning a championship this year. I think that certainly is going to have an impact on how teams are going to build moving forward. Like the Celtics, you want to have players, 3 to 5 players that are playing heavy minutes for you, that are doing everything out there on the floor, not just one particular minute.
Detroit's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Here's Sasser. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Lillard outside. And Lillard throws it down.
Yeah, Lillard has those ups. He can get to the rim when he wants to.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And a different look here for the Pistons. Duren, he's checked in for Reed. Holland comes in for Fontecchio. Jaden Ivey, he's checked in for Gary Trent. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Marcus Sasser. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Bucks trail by 6. Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebounded by the Pistons. Hardaway has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Down low, here's Holland, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
I like the dish from Hardaway Jr., proving once again he's a team-first player.
Beasley finds Kuzma. No good on the triple. Pistons leading by 8. Hardaway with a wide-open look. And a miss there on the triple. 1:39 left to play in the first half. Here's Lopez. It's stolen by Schroeder. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. And it's good. 2 points. Schroeder's got his second bucket of the night.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter. Well, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Beasley against Hardaway. Here's Giannis. Holland with the rebound. Pistons leading by 7. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Schroeder passes to Duren. And Duren slams it in.
A physical play by Duren at the rim, which doesn't allow much room for interference.
Giannis with the dunk and throwing it down hard.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points. Now here's Hardaway. The 3. Drills it from outside. Hardaway has got the lead up to 10 now for the Pistons.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Here's Duren. And so it's the Detroit Pistons with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Execution. These guys know what they want offensively. Their timing is in sync. That's why, by and large.
And now let's take a glimpse at some of the games on the upcoming schedule.
And that game against the Hawks, coin toss. In fact,
and that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And, Greg, for longtime Pistons fans, that Bad Boys era was so special.
I mean, Detroit's a tough, hard-working town. And those teams did have great talent led by Isaiah Thomas, but it was their physical, intimidating style of play that made them the Bad Boys.
On the court for the Bucks, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Malik Beasley. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward. To the inside. Beasley kicks to Giannis. Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both. And Stan, we seem to be in the midst of a big man renaissance in the NBA. And I personally love it. So that being said, which of these big stars do you like the most?
Well, that's a tough question because there's so much talent and they're all different. You've got Embiid, who is unstoppable offensively. You've got Wembanyama with his combination of size and length, skill and agility. You've got guys who can shoot the ball. But the guy that combines the most of those things that I would take, Nikola Jokic.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Down low, inside, Giannis drops it in.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive and forceful.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. What you got for us, DA?
Kevin, Brook Lopez started off, of course, as a post scorer, but he's completely reshaped his game over time, becoming a three-point threat and a defensive stopper. He said, I tried to focus more on being a pillar at the defensive end, someone my teammates can rely on. I'm always talking in the paint, letting them know I'm there to back them up. Kevin?
He's got great communication skills, David. Thanks for the report.
Yeah, and they're able to get their first bucket of the second half after 4 straight misses.
Yep, it goes, and the Piston lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Lillard.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
And the Bucks making a change here. Portis has checked in. No good on the second free throw. Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. And as we check out this year's contenders for the dunk contest, we get a look at some of the showmen, the best showmen in the NBA.
And with the names on that list, you know we're going to have a crazy competition this year.
You take a look at Thompson. He'll have a spot in the contest if he can hang out of the number 4 spot in the voting. And with his skills, you know he'll have a shot to win it if he can make it in.
He's going to have a great shot. And Kevin, he's going to give it everything he's got if he can make it into the contest. I bet his dunks have some serious thought being put into them.
So there you go. And as it's looking, this year's dunk contest is shaping up to be a fantastic competition. We'll keep you updated on the voting.
No doubt it's going to be a good one, Kevin. We've got players on that list who'll do things that you didn't even think were possible.
Bucks trail by 4. And here's Antetokounmpo outside. Again, Giannis missing. The drive by Schroeder. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Milwaukee. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. And here's Giannis from outside. And the Bucks miss again. Detroit leading by 4. Schroeder with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Schroeder passes to Trent. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. He's checked in for Detroit. Fontecchio's coming in for Asar Thompson. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Amude's checked in. Green comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Malik Beasley. And Rollins subbed in for Lillard. Prince kicks to Green. A three-pointer off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Trent. And it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway. And now it's an 8-point Piston lead.
The vision of Hardaway Jr. He scanned the floor and found his teammate.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. Schroeder against Rollins. Here's Reed. Rebound, Milwaukee. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Physical basketball from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Here's Fontecchio. Knocks down the 3-ball. Fontecchio's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. From deep, Antetokounmpo. Again, Giannis missing. Detroit leading by 7. Schroeder outside. And it's off from three-point range. And here's Green outside. No good. Shot missing. With 1 on the clock. That one, no good. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Pistons lead by 7. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. They've got Marcus Sasser, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Fontecchio. Then there's Paul Reed, and it's Trent in at the 2-guard. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. Offensive rebound. Pass to Sasser. Fires for 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. Portis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Lopez finds Portis. And it's Reed pulling it down. Pistons leading by 7. Now Sasser lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 7 rebounds in the game. And Lillard gets it to go.
Aggressive move by Lillard, attacking the heart of that defense.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately, Antetokounmpo's checked in for Portis. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on J.B. Bickerstaff's huddle. He's obviously pretty happy. He said, I know they're not going to take us lightly next time. He knew what the deal was with that underdog role coming into the game.
Thanks so much, David.
This defense has had its hands full with Hardaway tonight. They just can't keep him in check.
A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to happen.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And we see this often now from Giannis. His offensive repertoire has become so versatile.
Detroit leading by 5. Pass to Fontecchio. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
Sasser with it. Back to Reed. And the dunk by Reed.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agree. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Giannis, right side. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by the Pistons. Duran's got his 5th rebound in this one. Looking to get it going. Misses the layup.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And here's Giannis from outside. Rebound, Detroit. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Schroeder. That shot is off. Kuzma with the defensive effort. It's tipped and stolen by Thompson. And now the Pistons fast break for the finish. And Thompson throws it down.
And when it comes to getting up and down the floor, Thompson has few peers.
Bucks trail by 7. Here's Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
There is no question Antetokounmpo is a star in this league. This team trusts him to make the big shot.
And there's a minute 45 left in the 4th quarter of this one. And the shot goes in.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Pistons.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump it.
Pass to Ivy. Now here's Thompson, covered by Beasley, and it's Thompson with the jam.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Beasley against Ivy. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And this young guy, Ivy, is doing anything he wants right now, dominating in effortless fashion.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Jackson's checked in for Milwaukee.
Substitution. Number 44, Andre Jackson.
59 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Three-pointer, Lillard. Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
His team is in a tight spot, but Lillard keeps his cool, totally focused on getting them what they need.
Ivy, that's his fourth miss. He's made 5 of 9. Here's Milwaukee now. Launches it. And it's Lillard missing.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
And you have to appreciate the all-out effort Jaden Ivey gives you on the court. He works so hard to find ways to get involved and prove he belongs here. Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
Some nights, Lillard can just keep going and going.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. 13 foul. At the line for Detroit, Ivy taking 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game. Here's Milwaukee now.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Team 4. At the line for 2.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And so the Pistons take the win. Boy, were they resilient, ending the group round at 2 wins, 2 losses.
And we'll see if it's enough to advance, though the NBA Cup shows no mercy.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm...
Hi, folks. Glad to have you with us here. You're watching the East quarterfinals of the NBA Cup. We're excited to bring it to you. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Alongside Grant Hill and Brent Barry, I'm Brian Anderson. Also with us tonight, our reporter, Allie LaForce. And here in the first half of December, a look at the most recent power rankings. Hey, some intriguing stories. They've fallen down to the third spot and are hoping to turn things back around.
When I look at Milwaukee, they're still finding their identity early on, trying to answer some questions, but overall, playing some solid basketball.
A look at Cleveland's opening lineup. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. And it's Hunter in at the small forward position. And for the Bucks, inside we have Giannis and Lopez. Derrick Rose is out there with Malik Beasley. And it's Kuzma in at the 3. And in terms of the NBA Cup tournament, this Eastern quarterfinals game is a must-win for these two group winners. Lose and you're out of the running for the NBA Cup.
Yeah, make no mistake. This might count as a regular season game statistically, but there's nothing regular about it. These teams are battling for their shot at that NBA Cup.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. Mitchell drives in, and the layup is good off the glass.
In standing just 6'1", amazing how effective Mitchell is attacking the paint.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I was able to spend a few minutes with Doc Rivers, and I wanted to know, how do you slow a guy down like Jarrett Allen? Coach said we have to hassle him as much as possible on both ends of the floor. We really want to limit him, not just his points, but more importantly, his rebounds. So keeping Allen off the glass is a primary focus.
Allie, thank you. He drops it from range.
Garland showing some awareness on the pick and roll, breaking down the defense on the pick and roll action.
And Grant, when you look at Darius Garland, he has a very polished offensive game.
Absolutely. He's great at creating for himself, but also knows when to get others involved. He can score from anywhere, and he works incredibly hard on his craft.
Now here's Mitchell. An effective score for them, scoring around 21.5 points a game. Antetokounmpo against Garland. Pass to Rose. Back to Antetokounmpo. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
As Giannis has grown in his physical stature, widening those shoulders, having more strength, these are the kind of plays that make all that hard work pay off.
Now here's Mobley. Offensively, he's been a force. He's putting up around 19 points a game. Here's the teardrop. Offensive rebound.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
And the shot is good by Garland.
Almost perfect in the game to start, 3 of 4.
The Bucks have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Kuzma for 3. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Allen's got 4 rebounds now. Garland looking around. Mobley up top. Back to Garland. Up top, Allen. Pulls it in from the elbow. Oh, it's blocked by Lopez. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Strus is checked in. The Bucks trail by 3. Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the postseason since 1998. But this group of Cavaliers are making their own history now.
Now here's Mobley. In his last outing, 16 points for him. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Kuzma, the pass to Rose. Antetokounmpo for three. The rebound by Garland.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Strus finds Garland. And here's Mobley. Allen, the pass to Strus. Now here's Mitchell. 5 on the clock. Pass to Allen. That shot off. Good D by Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Back to Rose. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Milwaukee shooting their first free throw tonight. A different look for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis has checked in for Lopez. And it's Porter Jr. in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Okoro comes in for Donovan Mitchell.